BadWolfMTG here, and you're watching the Aether Hub. We got our own exclusive spoiler, and we have to brew a deck around it that's gonna be all the tokens, all the time, all the place. So, let's put this Anointed Procession on the stack. First off, any great brew needs to have a starting point, and we're going to be starting with Anointed Procession. Our whole goal in this deck is going to be making a lot of tokens. In fact, extra tokens, you could call it, and say double tokens. So let's start off with some of the creatures that we're going to use and abuse. Angels of Sanctions, we have 3 in here, because the only thing better than exiling 1 non-land permanent is exiling 3 non-land permanents. Then we have 4 copies of Anointed Priest, because gaining life each time we create a creature token seems good in this type of deck. Our other 2-drop includes 2 copies of Trueheart Duelist, a solid 2/2 plus that Embalm thing, and that's what we're really looking for in this deck, is abusing that Embalm mechanic. Our final Embalm creature is 4 copies of Sacred Cat, because a 1-mana 1/1 with lifelink is good, and a 1-mana 1/1 with lightning times 2 for 1 mana is even better. The next 2 creatures aren't something one would normally expect in this type of archetype. I mean, we're going for tokens creations, right? Obviously the only things we can create that are tokens are creatures, and the exciting part of that is, no, clues are also considered tokens, so we have a full playset of both Raven Inspector and Tireless Tracker, because getting double the clues means you're twice as close to solving this mystery. For the spells in this deck, we have 2 copies of Anointed Procession. We want those. We only have 2 copies though, because we have a bunch of other 4-drops that we honestly rather be playing. I mean, Gideon's legal in Standard, and he's a 4-drop, so yeah. We also have a full playset of Oath of Nissa, because that card is good in any deck that plays green and is looking to find specific things. We also have 2 copies of another enchantment that is quite interesting, Ulvenwald Mysteries. Not only do we get to double the number of clue tokens we make when one of our non-token creatures dies, but we also get to double the number of soldier tokens this creates when we sacrifice a clue. It seems really, really good with Anointed Procession. We also have 2 copies of Declaration in Stone. The exile on here is key. Scrapkeep, Scrounger, we can get rid of that, and oh, all those Embalm creatures that need to be in the graveyard, we can also handle those. And as a bonus, we get to investigate. Hopefully times 2 with Anointed Procession. Planeswalkers in this deck include 2 copies of Gideon Ally of Zendikar. Yes, the Mr. Beef Slab himself is going to be here, only because his 0 ability is create a 2/2 white knight ally token. We also have 3 copies of Nissa Voice of Zendikar. Her +1 loyalty ability and getting 2 plant tokens seems like a great plan. Plus, if you draw her late in the game and have your army of creatures, that -2 ability is gonna be sweet. For our lands, we include full playsets of all the green-white dual lands, 4 copies of Canopy Vista, 4 copies of Fortified Village, and 4 copies of the new Scattered Groves. And we finally round off those last 12 cards with 5 forests and 7 plains. This deck seems like it's going to be a blast to play. I want to get double of everything. I want to get both Anointed Processions out at the same time and get a lot of stuff, because that just seems like it would be really, really good with all my creatures that I can embalm if necessary, and my Tireless Tracker that's just gonna get gigantic once I start sacking all these clues. It's gonna be awesome. For a first pass at this deck, I think it's going to be pretty sweet. I love the idea of getting double the clue tokens. That just seems so much fun. I think my next Anointed Procession deck will be blue-white, and we're gonna try and do some mechanized production madness with clue token that I will call Blues Clues. After putting this deck together, I think Anointed Procession has a lot of potential, and I can't wait to see it in action. Let me know what brews you have with our spoiler card Anointed Procession in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Aether Hub for more MTG content.